Kramer, Arthur Levitt, former SEC chairman, Mario Gabelli, worldwide analyst and money manager, and the titans of business that move financial markets. Listen in to Tim Connolly's Winning Strategies, Fridays at 6 a.m. Pacific Time on CRN1.
Everybody's talking at me.
My guest, Joy Tiz, she's author of Obama Nuts. Boy, did you have ESP when you called it?
It wasn't that hard.
And then he's going to help your book sales. I mean,
I'm very pleased. That's a stimulus program.
Yes, it is. This is support, and you could probably go to joytiz.com and get a copy of that book,
or Amazon or Barnes and Noble or your local bookstore. They love to carry it there. They'll be happy to order it for you.
That'd be like joytiz.com, and look into the future. I'm wondering. I really want to see what White House spokesman Gibbs. Is that his name, Robert Gibbs or whatever?
Gibberish. Robert Gibberish. Baghdad Bob.
Baghdad. What's his answer going to be whenever they would? Why would Obama say, your foremost task is to find a way to reach out to the Muslim world when he's talking to the space agency? How's he going to dance around that? I'll look into that.
The answer will be, you have to check with the White House on that. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. I was traveling over the 4th of July holiday. That was another, I was traveling. I'll have to look into that. Have to look.
He never looks up to look behind him and say, oh, I am a White House spokesman.
Yeah.
He says that a lot. You have to check with the White House on that.
There's
anybody
nothing
particular we should be calling? We don't know why you're here. I love it.
There is no limit on who can get into the space program,
Not anymore.
I mean, it started with a monkey, right, and our dog.
And Latka the space dog.
Yes. So, but to reach out to, they're going to be the new leaders, and then, I don't know. But if you want to read Joy's blog on this, kind of interesting. No, this is not satire. Obama has told NASA, yes. And I love to say it because the more I say it, it's like, who have they elected? I use that word they, Joy. Who have they elected? And how long is the mainstream media going to, keep doing this?
As long as they can get away with it. Yeah, they're falling out of love with Obama personally. Even Chris Matthews is having less and less thrills up his leg, but they haven't fallen out of love with his ideology. That's the real problem.
Yeah.
I think most of them have figured out, most of the mainstream media have figured it out that this was not a really good plan, but they're stuck with it. And they like the ideology, whether they're disappointed in the guy or not. He abuses the press quite openly, the press corps. He gives them no access whatsoever, no press conferences. He treats them like dirt. And they remind me very much of battered spouses. Oh, he'll be different next time. I still love him. And they keep going back for more.
Yeah. And it's obvious, that the meeting today with Netanyahu, now all of a sudden they are going to have a photo op, and he is going to be in the main room, and he is going to be able to sit down and have a bologna sandwich or whatever. And this is going to make everything
have to go out to Valley Llama exit this time.
Yeah, this is going to make everything better. And I wondered, boy, is he listening to somebody's advice, or is he paying attention to the media that that really put him down for the way he treated him last time?
Right. Well, 117 days or so till the November election. That's what it's all about. If you want to know Obama's position on Israel, I think all you have to do is look at who his friends are. Rashid Khalidi, Bill Ayers, Bernadine Dorn, Louis Farrakhan, Jeremiah Wright. These people are rabid, foaming at the mouth, crazy anti-Semites. Unless he had a miraculous conversion in the last 24 hours, and something tells me he didn't. His position hasn't changed. The poll numbers have. There's nothing that this guy doesn't politicize. Nothing.
You might want to think about this now. Heat stroke, big weather change out there. People are being affected.
He likes it hot. Remember when he was telling us all we couldn't keep our thermostats at a comfortable temperature, and he had
yes.
The Oval Office heated at 92 degrees, and everybody was dying in there, and you could grow orchids in there, but because he had to be comfortable because he's from warm climate.
Now, when this Russian spy thing came out, And boy, I got to tell you, listener, Joey did an excellent article on this because
I have a new one up this morning.
You did? I didn't see it. Uh-oh. I see. I must have been busy. The latest I got was Buckingham Palace. But I got to tell you that, yeah, you know, some people said, boy, they nincompoops, what in the world? They weren't doing anything, blah, blah, blah. But here you come out with, hey, mission accomplished. Do you happen to have that in there? Because that's such great writing you did when you say there, those who are even paying attention to the case of the arrested Russian spies are either all a Twitter over the attractive Anna Chapman or snickering about the ineptness of the spy ring for their failure to get any real information of use to the SVR. And then you were talking about a cartoon, said the spies were quaint, a throwback to the olden days when America was worthy of foreign invasion. See, that's kind of the way I was. But Joey says such dismissals reflect a profound ignorance, Chuck, either willful or the product of too many years of a government-run school system. The young people don't quite understand, you're saying. Pick up on that, would you? And also tell me about the new one and how it ties into this.
Well, here's what you can write at Washington Post now and call it journalism. When they're reporting on the Russian spy case, there were 11 alleged Russian agents arrested this week under accusations they've been living as Americans while reporting back to the mother country. But mostly we care about the hot one. This is from the Washington Post. We care about the hot one.
The hot one as me. Yes, okay, yes. Okay.
Fixating on Anna Chapman creates a wonderful diversion from the actual point, which is, you know, how did they get here? How did they manage to live here for 10 years? And what were they exactly doing? If you notice, this exact same treatment the media gave the panty bomber and the Times Square bomber. It's like, oh, ha-ha, they're such buffoons. And even the Fort Dix Six, they're such buffoons. They don't know what they're doing. New York Post, on the other hand, has managed not to succumb to Chapmania. And they pointed out that this kind of low-key operation is different than what we saw during the Cold War. But today's SVR, which is the scion of the KGB, they needed an image makeover because people were kind of down on the KGB. So now they're called the SVR. And Anna Chapman, by the way,
is like get rid of the word radical Islam
or Acorn.
War on Terror. Okay.
She's the daughter of either a high-ranking diplomat or a KGB officer. Depends on who you're talking to. So
and I heard some interesting things about before her divorce, things that went on in the Mile High Club and
yeah, she's a lively one. But that is not really all that unusual. There is actually a training program for sexpionage, is what they call it.
Sexpionage.
For spies that are sent over here. As far as the other spies, you know, Lazaro, one of them was teaching at a college in New York, teaching Latin American studies, which is academia code for hate America. Another one got close to Hillary, one of Hillary's hot bundlers, and another one got close to business dealings with Al Gore's former top national security aide. So it's not like they didn't get anything done while they were here. We're on a hook agents, these supposedly alluring women, and she set her sights rather high, as you mentioned, Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, and before I get to Buckingham Palace, it's a wonder, you know, that one of these tabloids are not running a poll or, you know, one of the TV shows. Do you like the front view of her, or do you like the side blue, you know, the side view in blue, you know, like pick your favorite. That would be the primary thing. Not
I'm waiting for Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
I'm sure that's coming next. Yeah, the whole point is to downplay this whole thing to keep it from embarrassing Obama, obviously. What I found real intriguing, too, that the Post was covering was there was a Soviet double agent who was talking about these spy and training schools hidden in Russia where they can, you know, they have like these pretend 7-Elevens and McDonald's. Because when you think about it, blending into America requires a whole lot more than just knowing how to speak the language. You've got to know.
Well, she wasn't she at Starbucks or one of those, and she'd take her laptop and sit at a table,